So we've stripped out the back of the ambulance. As you can see, it's a fairly decent size, to be fair. Next job is to address this wall. We're leaving the bulkhead in, and we're going to work around the electrics because we want to leave everything in place as much as we can. So a few things that we've discovered. This was connected to this, which was connected to this, which is a temperature regulator device for where the oxygen tanks were stored. So we don't need that anymore, that's going to be removed. This is part of the 240 system. This powered the heat pad, which sat in the shelving unit here. So that can go, it just links off this 240, so we can put that plug where it was. There's another 12 volt feed there, which was feeding the cool box as well. So all that's come out. We're going to be having a custom wooden backdrop on this, which will feature in a new video soon. So when we've got these few bits out, we're having a custom rustic backdrop in here, but it's still going to allow access to the AC and little cupboards and stuff. So that's next plan. And Webasto wise as well. The pipes that go from under that go into the box on the side of the vehicle. So ideally we don't want to move that. So we're going to, when we start to fabricate for this side, we're going to try and work around that. If we've got to move it, we've got to move it. But fingers crossed, we can leave that where it is, and not have to disturb it because everything works. So one of the main tasks we've had to do on this is reseal it, because we had some water ingress into the cab and both into the back. So you'll see it looks a bit of a mess, but don't worry, that'll clean up off this steel. So essentially this shell is sat inside this steel frame. And what we've found when we've stripped out is that we've got a slightly inconsistent gap down the sides and up the back. So what we've done is clean that out, new silicone in. So that's a hybrid adhesive that we've used that can be painted as well. It's a bit more high tack than standard silicone, like a bathroom silicone. We did this yesterday. This morning we had some rain last night. We've probably stopped 95% of the ingress, so there's a little bit to do, but that's a critical thing before we start lining inside. Key problem areas, if you've got one and you're thinking of doing it, they do like to split on this corner, on this fiberglass, so that needs addressing. This big gap just there, which I can just about reach, where the top, this side meets the top, there's a gap that's about 10 mil, which literally drops into the cavity, so we've had to make sure that's packed out. And then these front ambulance lights, well, I say ambulance lights, they're no longer ambulance lights. There's a lot of gaps under them. As you can see, someone at the RAF's had a good go at it with the silicone in the past, which is always a sign of where you need to re-silicone yourself. So we've sealed them up. We're going to be fabricating something new for the top of there anyway, but for now it's just a mission to stop the water coming in so we can start kitting it out inside. This bit as well, so where this steel meets the roof, this join down here, which at the minute doesn't look very pretty, had completely shrank over the 20 years that this vehicle's been in service, which is expected. So the water's running off the roof, hitting that and going inside. So that's just a case of cleaning out, resealing, and then we're going to go across all these little bits as well and make sure they're all watertight before we treat the roof to a lick of paint.
Hello, we've done quite a bit of work recently on the ambulance. Just wanted to show you a few of the things we've been doing over the last few days. The windows that were fitted to it when I got it, look, are double glazed units, and as you can see, this one here, they've got condensation inside it, so the seal's gone. There's a thing here that says pull and remove in an emergency. It basically, you pull this little ring and it pulls this bead out of this rubber, just like an old school in a classic car windscreen or window rubber surround. So what we've done on the other side, look, I'll show you, we pulled that little ring out and it took out that rubber seal and it allowed me to take the window out. I did it the other night, so we've managed to pull that seal, we've took that seal out round, which left us this. Yeah, that was the window frame pinned together like this. We've managed to split that off the actual double glazed unit, and I've got a friend that does windows for a living, he's took the measurements, and he's now getting a company to make me 2 new toughened glass double glazed units that we can then put this frame back around, seal it back into here, put it in here, seal it back into there. These are non-opening windows as they were designed, and they're going to continue to be non-opening windows. Its main intended use is in the UK, so I don't think I need to have opening windows to ventilate it. It has got full aircon in it. That only works when the engine's running. Obviously the back door's open, the side door opens to ventilate it. I might put a roof hatch in it if I need to, but I'm going to stick with these standard windows on the outside. We're doing something a little bit special on the inside of these windows, and I'll show you that in another video. But I just wanted to show you what we've done with these external ones for now. So we're just testing the ejector plug on the Pinzgauer. We got it, and it got an ejector thing, and we got a bit of flex. Look, just got a 3-pin plug on the end of it. So start up then, Tom. And off to an emergency.